Time for you to stand up. Oh yeah, to the next J-Speed, Muhammad without the L.E. Oh yeah, I remember back in the day, New York City, me and my Puerto Rican brother, we got with it. Now why did they choose me? I'm just a boxer, who can knock it up on anybody's street. Why my crew dance to the drummers, to the drummers, to the drummers, to the drummers beat. That's how that shit got started. So why you listen so long? Had nothing to say, I'm wiser now. Now with a lot on my mind. Oh yeah, tired of listening to these cats and their asses. MC, by the way, who sound gay? If that's your thing, go for what you know. Just keep them fine women out of your video. Say a real motherfucker, claim your own gene. Stop disrespecting the African queen. You can say it if you like. I'm hating on the LGBT. I live to let live. Some things don't have a goddamn thing to do with me. If you think I'm lying, look up my family tree. We are the Alpha and Omega of this planet. Oh yeah. Your lies are old. The truth is untold. We gave you love, math and science, civilization. So back the fuck up. Before you make me feel my ancestor. Hard work was wasted. Where all my originals at? Get your respect. Replace that ugly word that you live by, speak by. Wiser now. Disrespect your mother, your brother, your sister. Replace it with the original Alpha, Omega of this planet. And as we stand, all evil should fall.
So this is going to be a little different, all right? So this is going to be it's one of the most funniest videos I ever did. And the only reason it was funny because at that time it was like me and BB scratching. And she went to sleep. I guess she was tired. I mean, she was going through some stuff. But I think it's a classic. And that's what I'm going to play tonight. And hope everybody's doing well. Just sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying myself. That was a nice video. If you didn't catch the first one I did, a premiere tonight, you need to go back and check that out. That was a good one. I did that one on what I call Thanksgiving Day. Y'all call it Thanksgiving Day. I call it Thanksgiving Day. But I did that then. It was kind of like, just like what it said, it was a naked mind. I just took everything off my mind and I just said what I needed to say. If you agree along with it or not agree along with it, that's cool and fine. We all got our own mind. We got our own journey. But if you got something out of it, that's good. Everything don't have to be 100%. But anyway, yeah, let's get into the funny. But go back and look at that's a real serious video. Like, if you need some motivation, inspiration, that one right there, it might point you in the right direction. But let me get into the video though. It was one night. It was me and Tyrone Church. Let me just give you the backdrop of it. It was me and Tyrone Church and BB Silks be scratching. So anyway, we was having a good time, and what happened is I started playing some music, and you just hear the last piece of music I played, and the last piece was real crazy anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I would have went to sleep on it. I don't think I could have went to sleep on it, but anyway, she went to sleep on it, and we didn't even know we were asleep. We were just carrying a conversation because, okay, that's enough backdrop. I'm just go ahead and play it and let you hear it, all right? And it's just a bunch of laughing. I'm telling you, a bunch of laughing and a bunch of jokes. So maybe you might like it. I think it's funny.
Citizens of the world have a right to tell it. That's my anecdote. Everybody's story. Everybody has the right to tell it.
Now you talking about a childhood? That's the kind of damn childhood I had. Motherfuckers playing cowboy and Indians on Friday night. You sleep again, BB? BB. Hey, BB. Wake your ass up. Now I heard of a song putting you to sleep, but this is way beyond what I thought it would happen. Oh, that shit is funny, right? Yeah. Hey, baby, you fired.
I never heard somebody get fired when they sleep.
Yeah, when she wake up, she gonna see her pink paper in her hand. What the hell is this?
Now, what you got to understand, we did something like a 7-hour show. This was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. We had started at 8:30, so just check it out.
I'm having a bad Wi-Fi issue. Well, sign back on, cause BB sleep. We gonna listen to her. She calling hogs, pig, chicken. Let's listen to her for a minute. Listen. And this is how black people get fired on the job.
Yeah.
I'd rather hear her talk than sleep.
Feel bad for the boss, man, that comes to hear that. They think it's the animal getting hurt.
Let's check it out for a minute. Let's check it out with her. Yeah.
AOG, we at the zoo?
Oh, this shit got me. My stomach hurt. Wait a minute. Let's do it again. Wait a minute.
Let's go closer.
That shit too quiet now. She winding up for a good one. I told you. Oh shit. I think this is the first time this ever been done over the internet that you have a live show and one of your co-hosts go to sleep.
She gonna wake up and say, I was on mute.
She's like, how the hell y'all hear me? I believe we would hear her even if she was on mute. Oh, she dead into it now. She must have a...
When she wake up, tell her I heard her talk.
She must have the phone right in her mouth.
Sound like she's starting a plane. She got a power.
She gonna wake up. She gonna have a house full of bears. Oh, she winding up now. Now, I don't give a damn what kind of nigga she have on. If I come in the room, she sound like that. My shit going down.
She gonna make me take the couch.
Oh yeah, I'm on the couch that night. Like, damn. Baby, you walk? You up?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. Hey, if y'all don't know what's going on in the chat room, my co-host is asleep. And all these noises you hear, these are noises that humans make sometimes when they're in a certain position. So we go sit back, we just go listen to it and see how it sounds. BB?
Did you just say him?
I think she can hear, and she's singing a song. She's God damn. Oh, that's a deep one there. That's a very white one.
You and everybody.
Oh, she digging in now.
I think the elbow conversation she stuck on.
Yeah.
Oh, did she just reload?
She ain't gonna never be able to live this down. Oh, that shit is mad here.
Okay, sure, take it.
Oh, that shit. Ooh, boy. It's almost like if she can speak Chinese when she snores. Ooh. She didn't tell me she sleep like this. Baby, we've been.
You need to edit that out.
Oh yeah, no, it's already been over the air now. This shit is live. It ain't like we recording this. We gonna play it Monday. And the strange thing about it is, every time I said your name, you responded and I said she ain't gonna never be able to live this. I was saying, you know what I told him? Baby, you know what I told him? I was
Okay.
I was like, even if she had on the most beautiful nigga J I ever seen, if I come in the room, she sound like that. My shit going down. I'm going to the sofa. Oh boy, you got. I mean,
You
you was
supposed to
like,
mute me up.
you know what? I would have did that, but I was like, why waste this? I was like, why waste this shit?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, but I'm gonna send you a private copy of how it sounds. That shit was louder than any piece of music I played tonight.
Oh my goodness! Oh man, I can't come clean on that one. Hey.
Like, you know, if I had to choose, I would rather for her to talk than sleep. Oh man, you gone. I mean, sometimes you get real quiet, and then I would tell church, I would say, she's whining up for a big one.
OG said you was very talkative when you sleep.
I was like,
I got to go back and watch the replay on that. I really do.
Oh, you gonna have a like 5-6 minute laugh? I'm serious. Your stomach, my stomach. Look,
It was so funny. I was like, man, I'm serious. I was like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like a little kid.
yeah. I don't know. I think you scared. You scared? What's his name? Kenneth.
Kevin.
I think
Kevin.
he just. Kevin, he just ran. He was like, shit, she's shooting or something. It's time for me to get off here. I don't want to be no witness to no damn shoot. Especially as I played that song.
Oh my goodness.
Wi-Fi connection is wrong.
He's like, my Wi-Fi went bad. I gotta get out of here. I don't want to be no witness to no damn shooting. Oh man, you had us going. I like that's the most funny shit I don't see in the last 3 years. And you had different. I mean, sometimes you sound like Aretha, and then sometimes you sound like Barry White. I like and then you woke up laughing. Why did you wake up laughing?
The elbows, I'm telling you.
Because I heard you talking about me. You can't help but to wake up laughing.
It was like I was talking and you was talking to me in sleep, but you was talking to me in snore.
Oh,
I mean, I know a lot of language, but that was kind of hard to interpret. I like before you went to sleep. When you went to sleep, there was like I think it's about 7 or 8 people in, maybe more than that, because then you really only count when you chat something in. Sometimes you could be in the room, you can't even see the people in the room because it won't tell you. But you had at one time you had us at max. And I was like, wait a minute, I cut the song off real quick. Because I heard something in the instrument that I know I didn't put in. I know I was hearing some shit was off beat or something. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't the damn song I made. So when I cut it off, you got quiet for a second, and then you wind one of them big ones out. I was like, oh yeah, that's where that was coming from.
I can imagine you was like, what beat is this?
I was gonna let the song play all the way through, but I started hearing some shit. I was like, wait a minute. That ain't my beat. Oh man, boy, that shit was funny. See,
well, the good thing about it, I woke up laughing.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
That was the best of the show. I might just edit the show down to that part and just leave it alone. I said, you know what I said, BB? I said, when she wake up, she gonna have a pink piece of paper in her hand and say she fired.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, how the hell do the co-hosts go to sleep? I don't think church believed me at first, but then when he heard you wind up, he was like, yeah. And he said, she gonna wake up. The first thing she would say, why did he put me on mute? I was like, shit, even if I put you on mute, you would have heard that. That was some strong sleep there. That's a Hercules.
Hey, baby, you went to sleep for me. I ain't even sorry no more.
Oh my God, I have to hear this. Oh my
Oh, this shit is wild. When you hear that, and then you hear me commentary behind it, talking behind it.
No, that's what I get to hear.
And you see, if you hear how abruptly I cut my music off, because I was like, shit. I was like, you know what? I'm up here trying to impress y'all with my music. I'm like, what the hell is this sound coming from? I'm checking my desktop, laptop. I'm checking everything. Oh man, your ass had me going, boy. That was worth every price that you put into that.
Who added an extra beat on my beat, man?
Yeah, like, so you got to edit it out. Oh hell no. I never give up a crown jewel like that. Every time you get in one of your spasms or something, we get in one of them conflicts, I'm going to put that shit on. Ooh, boy. My stomach hurt. I ain't laughed like that since I was like 7 years old.
Hey, BB, you don't got no bears in your house tonight? OG said you was gonna have bears when you wake up. So you have bears in your house?
Oh, I missed all that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She gonna have a house full of bears when she wake up. It didn't sound. I can tell you this much. It didn't sound human.
Oh man,
that shit did not sound human. I was like, get out your cameras. Bigfoot got to be around somewhere.
I'm getting ready to tell her she's not communicating.
Oh man, boy, when I replay this one, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Oh my god.
I don't know how I'm gonna edit it, but I'm gonna edit it so this shit is more funny. It's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to this. Is how I'm gonna edit it. I'm so gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna go back.
Well,
I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna go back to when we was having a discussion about weed. And when you go in one of your filibusters, I'm gonna cut you off. And then I'm gonna put the snoring in, and then I'm gonna come back and ask you a question again, and then put the snoring in. That shit's gonna be funny as hell. Oh man, all my neighbors laughing and shit. I got the garage door. I mean, that shit. I mean, you was going into it. I mean, I understand if I wanted you to go ahead and get that in because you needed to get it in, but I wasn't gonna waste it.
Oh no, please don't waste. Oh my
man. Man, you gotta let your girlfriend say that.
Oh my goodness.
Well, one thing I could say.
And I always say I don't snore, so I got it right there. I say I don't snore.
That's what you said?
That's what I tell people all the time.
You sound like a professional.
Shit, you got some Academy Awards, no? I put that shit behind a beat. You got a Grammy.
Well, you did answer my questions. I thought women don't sleep, but never mind. I changed my mind. I'm like, y'all be out.
Totally out. You let one out. Hey, baby, you let one out. I thought you was speaking in tongues. I was like, hallelujah.
Hey, baby, I want to go get my Bible.
Yeah. We were finna take your ass a prayer meeting. We had to get some holy water thrown your ass because that wasn't normal. You know what I should have been is over your house right about now. As soon as you woke up, I've been rubbing your elbows.
Oh my goodness.
I think that would put her to sleep.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, if I ever need a person to instruct people how to sleep comfortably, I can always dig that up. This is how you're supposed to sound when you're sleeping, you feel comfortable, and you don't give a fuck what nobody else is thinking. Oh boy, Lord, I'm like, damn. What the hell is that noise?
You should have heard how fast you cut the music.
I thought at least when I cut the music off, you was gonna wake up. But I cut the music off fast as hell. I like, I ain't gonna mess up my song. This shit.
Oh boy. No, I can sleep through anything.
I believe
you. I believe you.
I believe it. If your snoring don't wake you up, ain't nothing gonna wake you up.
You went to sleep fast. I just heard you talking, next you know.
My goodness. I'm so embarrassed. Oh my God. You can't lie your way out of that.
No, you most certainly. I want to see you talk around the corner on that one. Well, I wasn't really asleep. I was just checking to see was my microphone working properly. Just because a woman sounds like she's snoring, that don't mean she's snoring.
And by the way, I was thinking while the whole time while y'all was talking.
Yeah. Oh boy, Lord have mercy. And then when you listen to it, baby, you go hear that the certain times I would say something, you would say, I'm like, what the hell? It almost as if I was doing it myself if I say something, but you would respond to anything I say. So you must have a third ear where you can hear things when you sleep. Ooh, boy, that's the best hostess.
You the best hostess because he was talking, you answered all his questions. I didn't know what language it was.
All right, comedy entertainment around for most of these.
You wait till you hear. You were actually answering my questions in your sleep with snore language.
Are you up? You said, hello.
I was like, I hope she got that phone up to her mouth. Not she ain't sitting on it. And I'm like, shit, that was a deep one there. I was like, that one of them very white ones.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
You was a little tired, sweetie. That's what it was. You was a little tired. Let me see. You don't have a bath, blue water with bubbles, with a rose, with a towel. You don't had a good massage. And you don't had your elbows sucked, and you went straight to sleep. Don't you ever tell me what my capabilities might be when it comes to a woman on her elbows. I talked to you about it. You had the same effect if I had did it to you.
I ain't know it put you to sleep like that.
Oh yeah, man. I like a deer. Ooh, boy. And what's his name? Just took off and ran. Like, I don't want no part of this shit. I came over here to talk. I didn't come over here to hear this shit. No, Kevin got out of here quick.
My Wi-Fi connection with God.
Yeah. Kevin said, hell no.
Now y'all know Kevin, he's long-winded like me, so if he ran, that means it had to be something he was like, and I don't want to be no witness to no crime.
Sitting out hearing all this thunder and lightning on there. There's some shit going on. I ain't want to be a part of this. I want to talk, but not that damn bad.
That sounds like a crime scene over there. I'm out.
Yeah. You know, Kevin, he like me, he get the wind up, he gets to going. He don't stop it here, but he get that snore. He took off like he was Jesse Owens going through a trap meet. Then I look down and I see I am bad. Had Wi-Fi issues. You got some water, baby?
Oh, I need to get me some. Let me get me some.
Get you some water, baby. I told you about sitting in that chair, putting your legs
Check
up
out
on the
these
bed.
pictures.
Oh,
Here are some
Oh, that
pictures that
shit was
match.
too funny. I like, if nothing else happened tonight, we got a show.
how fast you cut the music off, OG? How fast Kevin left?
Yeah, like two things happened at one. The music went off fast, and Kevin was gone. I looked down like, shit, I got bad Wi-Fi. It's just oh, this shit was too funny. I could not have planned this any better. I'm like Mr. T. I love when a plan come to work.
Together.
I'm on the 18th tonight. BB, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bit. I know you've been taking care of your mom, and you probably haven't been getting the kind of sleep you need. So we ain't gonna fire you this time. This shit happen again. I won't believe this will happen.
The first two are
That's
No One
funny.
Mourns the Wicked and Dear Old Shiz.
Like,
I have
she
to
trying to
go
do
see
my
Keep
music.
popping in here.
It took my music all off. I was like, shit, wait a minute, what is that sound of that music? Damn, and then I hit the button, bam, cut it off. And then you got real quiet and you wind up, you let that real one come out. Oh shit, that is. Oh man, this shit. Hey, TB, I opened the mail yesterday and I got a check from In Living Color. I wanted to show it on what's the name? Now Living Color way back in the 90s, right?
Right.
Let me tell you how much the check was. $1.51. $1. Wait a minute, I'm gonna put this shit on screen because ain't nobody gonna believe. I just want to show people how residual after so many years. It's like you spend more money than stamps you did this damn check. Why you even stamping this shit? So I'm gonna change my camera. Let me put it on camera. Okay. Is the camera even plugged up? Oh, BB, you were.
Now, in the original show, I did show it on screen. I just don't have a copy of it. Now, wait a minute. I may can find a copy.
Just keep on doing what you do. Your ass gonna be maybe next week 3 million. Shit. Let me see. Shit, David Chappelle, anybody would have loved what they heard. Let me see. Let me put the camera. Okay. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna show you this damn check. All right. Let me see. I don't want to put my damn address on it, but okay. All right. That's good enough. I pretty much marked this shit out. This shit. Okay. Well, they got their address and they ain't got my address on it. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm always, how people are. So let me see. Can I cut on the camera again? All right. Damn camera. Oh, I go ahead and set up, right? Let me go.
So, oh boy. So that was the end of that show right there. So man. Now you got to understand that was a 8 hour show. It might have been an 8 hour show. I believe it was because we only had like a 7 hour show. We had an 8 hour show at that time. And this was way back in the days when nobody was. Well, I think there were content creators who were doing them long hour shows, but I was doing it consistently. But we had a good time, and just like I say, she was a good sport. She took it, and she was going through some complication with her mom, and then a job, and all that stuff had her going in all kinds of direction. But she hung in there. You know, but yeah, it was just funny, man. You ever get depressed? Just will. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna leave it up. I had took it down. I had it up for about 6 months on my other channel. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this up. Just anytime you just want to just sit back and say, "You look, it ain't that serious. Whatever it is go. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. I'm gonna put my best foot forward, and I'm gonna look at and listen to something go make me laugh." Yep, right about that. So yeah, I shared two things. I don't know if you went back and listening to the first uh, premiere I did tonight. That was a good one. That's a real good one. That right there goes straight to the soul there. Well, at least I do. I think it goes straight to the soul. So sometimes you think, well, you have to think the best you could think about your own stuff. Because if you don't think it good, how you go think somebody else go accept it? You have to always go out there thinking you put your best foot forward. So, but hey, but I think it just older people. I don't think that. Not really. I just think for older people, that one might not be a real good video. I think it's more for younger people. I say 40 on down. That's a good video for somebody like that. But it's good. It's a good listen piece for the older generation. It just puts you in a certain mindset. But if we gonna be making moves, because this is what it's based on. I'm seeing everything that is going on in the continent. And if you understand history within itself, you understand that all these wars and stuff was really fought for the continent because it's the richest. I know it's the second largest continent in the world, but it's the richest of all of them. So about every 40, 50 years, some people who don't have our interests, what they do is have wars to see who go on this part and who go on that part. So you have to go back and listen to it, and it may give you some good things to think about. Because I discuss a lot of things. I just made my mind naked, and these are the things I've been thinking all my life. So it was like, okay, all right, let me just say it raw. All right. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. Yes, that was a good one. Thank you, Miss Jones. Um, I think I'm just cut it loose and leave y'all with the two. That's sometimes you might don't think this stuff takes a little while to get it up, but when you're a one man operation, it does, and especially when you got a lot of other stuff clouding in your life. So um, it's probably a little more extra work for me, but I don't mind doing it. You know, it's kind of like a journey. I'm gonna keep all these up. I'm not taking anything down I put up. I'm gonna keep everything up because this is part of my journey. You know, It's some people write in diaries and some people write memoirs and all kinds of things. You know, I just keep it locked in. I say it, and I just keep it, just like my music. I don't know how I make it. I really don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I just sit in front of that keyboard and just start hitting notes and hitting sounds. Then all of a sudden, I put it all together because I don't do no sampling. That one with my son, he did sample, but I don't do no sampling. You know, uh, I did it when I first started off. There ain't nothing wrong with it, you know. But I figured if I'm doing sampling, then I'm making somebody else's music, and there's nothing wrong with that neither, because I made a art and a career doing that, mixing. Mixing the music where it just flows. You could be on the floor for 30 minutes and you got on one record and you just didn't know that everything changed. I don't slam it in there. I smooth mix it in. And before you figure out what'll happen, you don't be on dancing like 10 minutes and you be like, damn, what the hell I'm doing still doing on this floor. I know that record ain't that long, but when you got smooth DJs, and there's a lot of them out there, and this CE stuff and this new technology got it for software. That makes it easy. But back in the day, we did it with our hands. We did it with our hands and a mixer. We had to keep up with the beats in our head. All this new stuff, you just push buttons and you can make a blend mix, you know. But there's something about music. So when I sit down and I make music, I just put sounds together that I create. And if it sounds good to me, then I'm cool with it. I don't try to play nobody else's genre or music or anything. I just whatever I'm getting ready to talk about, I try to make some music based around it. Um, but I got a couple versions of different songs that you have already heard, but I got different versions of them. The other versions you haven't heard yet. And so, anyway, y'all have a good night. And this is SPWD Speed bringing it to you at what time is it right now? What it is after the hour? No, we ain't went a whole hour. Well, I guess we have. It's 9:47 my time. Let me go ahead and give out some shout outs to the East Coast for the people who gonna be listening to this, because I got a lot of people listening to me on the East Coast when I had my other channel. So I'm pretty sure they go find out where I'm at, and some of them gonna come back. But New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, Connecticut, Chi-Town, Detroit, Washington D.C. I'll ever call out that one. Let's come on down to the Macy-Dixie line. Did we get Detroit? Yeah, we can give it a double for this Detroit. That Macy-Dixie line down there by North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida, which don't never want to say they the South, but just like I always say, they can't get no more South than Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, about Alabama. Hmm. I guess the Mardi Gras is pretty much finished now. Yeah, it's been going on for a while. Let's come on down to Texas. Shit, that place is so big. It could be a country by itself. Matter of fact, there's been a couple of times they have tried to turn Texas into a country. Not too many people know that history. Let's move over to Arizona. I can stop there sometimes, but I just don't want to stop there in the summertime when the crickets it's like an epidemic there. You ride down the street and all through the cities, it's like thousands of crickets in the middle of the street. So I don't know over there to California, you know. Getting so tough out here, and it's gonna be hard for people to even live out here unless something major happens. You got the Bay Area, you got the ocean area, you got the city area, you know, and all of it's kind of like it's so close, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, it's a strange place. It is. You can get a mixture of people here, but some of them so distant from, I guess, where they originated and came to California from. It's kind of strange, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a little Hollywood and everybody out here. And I'm not talking about everybody trying to get into Hollywood. I'm just saying, you know, it is a strange place, and it could beat you down if you ain't right. But that could be anywhere. Ain't nothing geographical to tell you. That's just the people you surround yourself with. But it's a strange place. Would I ever recommend somebody to move here? No, not in a million years. There's better places, better oceans. And just in general, there's better people. Seriously. Uh, since I've been here for 30 years, I met a lot of people, but I ain't met that one friend yet. A lot of associates. People you would consider could be friendship, but it's a Hollywood type friendship. You know. I ain't met one person out here, so if everything ever went down, they'd be like, look, man, you can come over there and kick it with me. I know your stuff ain't right now. I ain't met one friend out there like that. And I can't tell you the many people I have let stay with me since I've been out here. Now, I'm talking about actors, singers, but I ain't met nobody out there like that for me. Seriously. I mean, I met people, we were cool and everything was going on, but when you start getting into personal stuff, like, man, you need somebody to, like, really do something for you. Mm-mm. Them kind of friendships ain't out here. At least I haven't found one. Seriously. About the closest you go get is about 60, 70% of that kind of relationship. Now, I'm talking about just in general, people you meet, you know. Don't get me wrong now, there's people out here do some nice things for you. I remember one time my vehicle broke down. And a Spanish guy, he was a supervisor at a Pizza Hut. He gave me a ride home. He's still working, you know. So, I mean, you get some good things on there. Don't get me wrong about that, But what I'm saying is, it ain't like the South. Well, I'm from. Don't get me wrong, some crazy things happening in the South too, but usually people in the South, they just different. They general, what I mean? Just in general, they just different, you know. They speak straightforward. Even if it's hard sometimes, they just speak in a different way. Out here is like, it's like everybody's in a race to be better than someone else. But not to be better than someone else because it's going to build a strong community. No, it's more like a competition. I'm better than you. And I'm starting to hear it over the YouTube too. That flavor is kind of like thriving in our community. I'm better than you. Motherfucker, we were both in a cage, but you better than me. You know what you be when you be better than me? When I'm looking at your ass, you on the outside of this cage and I'm on the inside. Other than that, stop fooling your damn self. Don't give a damn how many degrees you got. You could be riding down that road in the wrong place here, right here in America. You know what size of towns to go to, not to go through. when you in your own community or when you somewhere close to your community. When you get on the outside of Southern California, I'm telling you, it's about as country as you can get. I mean, real country, like old school rebel, Confederacy type country. So don't let these people fool you out here. That's why most of all the black people stay in the city. So, you have people showing you the lights and you get so much in that movie world, you be thinking people out here, they hitting it like that. No, they ain't hitting it like that. Everybody out here, I'm gonna tell you, you're paying almost $4 for gas all year round. If you get down to about 360, you cool. But most of the time, you in the high fours. That's what the gas prices is out here. The average place, if you wanted to rent an apartment, 1 bedroom, can run you anywhere between $1,200 and $1,400. 2 bedroom is gonna cost you a good three. Now, if you live by the beach, it's gonna cost you about $5,000. But I'm just talking about the average community. And some of these communities I'm talking about with the $1,300, you don't want to live there with a bulletproof vest. It ain't in no good part of town. See, to get in the good part of town, you got to get up to the 18s and 1900s. That's for an apartment. That's 3 times as much as me when I was trying to buy my first house. $700 a month. You almost got that 3 times. So don't believe people out here, Don't let them keep putting the camera in front of Snoop Dogg and Dogg and tell you how good black people living out here. I'll be honest with you. Everybody mostly living out here, living from paycheck to paycheck. Some people got 2 jobs and too little time to sleep. Some people got a lot of family members living in the same house. Just think about what kind of money you have to make. And don't think about all these jobs like Burger King and all. I mean, you got $15 an hour. Think about that. Do that time 40 times a week. Even at $15 an hour. And then put yourself $1,600 for rent. That's coming off top. Then you got your light, telephone bill. You got 2 kids, you got 4 cellular phones. Paying $4 for a gallon of gas. Average person drives 15 to 20 miles to work. Then you got your insurance liability here. Damn near cost you $1,000. That's just for liability. If you get it no insured, then it might cost you $1,500. That's what some people paying for full coverage back east. So no, hell no, I wouldn't tell nobody. Seriously, I wouldn't tell nobody to move to California. No black people anyway. For what? A beach? Tell you how bad the beach is out here. See, most places have water purification places that they recirculate their water in most cities in the East Coast. California, they dump all their stuff in the ocean. Most people won't even eat seafood from here. Seriously, they want all their seafood come from Maine and the East Coast because they put so much junk in the water here. Medical supplies been found in the water. They have these alerts where you can't swim in the water certain times if they don't release something in the water. Don't supposed to be in the water. And then it's not like the East Coast. It could be 80 degrees here in the daytime. You go to the beach at nighttime, it could be like 50 degrees. Drastic change in weather. You pretty much have to wear two different types of clothes: hot clothes and cool clothes. I ain't mean to get into this, but if you ain't coming out in California to do some kind of acting or some kind of music, believe it or not, it's getting so bad it's not even worth even coming out there for that because they got studios all over the United States now. California don't have Hollywood. California don't have them studios going. I mean, they still got the big three, but if you look at most of the movies coming out now, all these movies coming out from independents. So all these brick and mortar places, if the movie industry ever go out of California, you go see what California really is. Really, you know. I see dudes here, man. It's like they cool and fine and everything, but they always under pressure. Seriously. I mean, you gotta get your hustle on. I don't care where you at in the United States, but man, if you paying almost close to 80% of your income in bills, god damn, what kind of life is that? You're just working to pay bills. Damn, that's crazy. So anybody who says this system work, they can label it any way they want to label it. The only way this system work is that we gotta work. That's how this system work. You ain't got no government if we don't work. Who go pay them? So they can say all they want to about what is a socialist country or this country. They got labels for everything. That's a bunch of bullshit. I think people tie themselves up too much in labels. Just see the shit for what it is. Why you gotta give it a label? If it's fucked up, it's fucked up. If it's good, it's good. We gotta give labels to stuff to make it seem like it's something that it's not, or something to have a debate about it. When do you ever really have a big debate about when something you just know is wrong? What is the debate? That's where we live at, people. We live at a place that you have to debate what's wrong. No, didn't you see all them cops hit Rodney King? Oh no, they wasn't hitting him, he was moving. Well, usually when you whooping somebody's ass, they do move. The only people that don't know that people getting their ass whooped don't move is people ain't never got their ass whooped. You got four guys wheeling at you with a nightstick. The only way you ain't gonna move is you dead. But we have to debate that. Because there'll be somebody on the other side of the line saying, if he just didn't move, then you gonna have the other people on the other line like, what the hell are you talking about? Then you gonna have the African brothers come in and saying, I ain't need to tell you something. I don't know what's wrong with you African Americans. I come to your country, I do very well. I do so well that it's like I'm going to get my whole family. Yeah, motherfucker, but you left a place that you wasn't doing well. That means somebody already done did this shit and made it clean for you. So you just come in and slide across the floor. You don't have no thought pattern or nothing passing your DNA about the historical traumatic experience that black people have in this country, that it still has a lock on their brain and keep them from being motivated in certain areas. You come here freedom running from your damn country, that a country that somebody else don't that looks like you have built, and you come with a different type of freedom. But if you so damn smart and so successful, why in the hell you couldn't do that in the country you just came from? See, you got to know the pros and the cons of what you involved in, because they are pros and cons. So it's just what it is. It's your journey. Figure it out. A lot of people might have a lot of different pieces of puzzles that can help you. Not one man gonna have all the pieces that gonna make you a clear picture. Not no woman gonna have all the pieces to make you a clear picture. But if you just take the pieces that you need for your puzzle, you're on your way to figuring it out. Some of it's gonna be hard to digest and swallow. That's just the way it is. You want reparation, young generation, old generation. There's people out there been out there working hard on programs, plans, everything for reparation. Some of the greatest scholars came together, did the economics. I hear people talking about it even tonight. I think Oche did a whole channel on it. There was a brother on there, and I did call in. But why do we act as if we can't chew gum and walk at the same time? Why isn't it we can't run our families, do what we need to do, and still put pressure on people about reparation? Not everybody, you can't stay focused. When you're doing 2 jobs a day and you're trying to run your kids, everything, you might not have that time. There are people who do have that time. There are people out there who's smart, who can come together. Because if you think reparation is just about a $10,000 or $15,000 check, you don't got it totally wrong. Somebody done told you wrong. You need to go and look at what reparations is. Just take it and look it in the dictionary, even though you think you might know what it means. Go in there and read all the definitions of it. And then you'll quite understand. Because we're going as far as talking about, well, our people need reparation who did this, but we don't need it. I mean, what the hell you gonna do? You go and dig up a bunch of people in the graveyard and put the money in the damn casket? Or you gonna let them have free land to be laying in there for stealing for 50 years? They get to lay in there for 70 years? Reparation is so much bigger than any of the things I ever hear in the younger black YouTube. I don't know if the brothers and sisters are studying this, or have they got with the people who have these multiple plans and angles. And we're talking about language, people. We're talking about land, people. You talking about a damn check to buy some more damn Jordans or some more goddamn hair to go on your head. We ain't gonna sell out that cheap. We're talking about having a land to yourself, and under which I know everybody ain't gonna go. Hell, there's a lot of people I don't want to go. So, but we're talking about language, land, exchange students. You know, back in the day when I was going to school, we used to have a big thing about exchange students. Children come from all over the world. I didn't ever see that many black people coming from all over the world. And that's what we need to do. We need to have exchange students. Why? Because we know some shit that they don't know over there in Africa. And Africans know some shit that we don't even know. And we put them great minds together and start communicating with each other. And stop letting the agitator come in the middle and agitate us to hate each other. We can do some great things. And I apologize, I'm not paying attention to the chat right about now. Usually when my brain start functioning like this, I don't have anything. So y'all go and chat away and get it in where you win. But that's what I'm saying is the people who don't want to leave, that don't mean you have to still be disconnected. You don't have to leave. But you got them nice houses, been passed on for generation. Hell, that's all you need is a nice place to stay and have somebody from Africa come and be a exchange student for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, and then our children go to Africa and be a exchange student, and they learn some stuff. We got to start communicating with people. Seriously, don't you see America communicate with Europe? They have a little meetings, called a 7-time meeting, 8-time meeting. You know what I'm talking about. We got to stop acting as we need permission to be free. Are we going to only be free when they're ready to let us be free? No. Mr. Charlie, don't work like that. This younger generation ain't going to let it work like that. It's either as crazy as you might think they are. They go figure it out. Seriously, is they go figure it out just like we did. I ain't saying they go bump their heads a little harder because it's the disconnect. See, when you going through a traumatic experience, race wise, you have a connection because all of you going through the same thing at the same time. So you make provisions just for the body of people you surround yourself with in your community, if you want to call it community or whatever y'all want to call it now. One of the things you got to understand about it is it's easy not to see wrong when you are being what we call yourself semi-successful. You don't see the same thing as somebody who's struggling or somebody who just living for, if they miss 1 month of work, it's over. So they use us to fight against each other, nationally and internationally. We got to stop that. We don't need permission from nobody to have a relationship with brothers and sisters in the continent. And we go out to start making demands to Washington, D.C. about who they can call terrorists and who they can't. Yes, we have a power to change that narrative. Just because somebody ain't friends, you can't go over there and dictate to them. That don't mean they are terrorists towards you. A lot of the people we fight right now, believe it or not, we dropped the first bomb on them. So things gonna be what things gonna be. As long as you continue to let them be that way. Ain't nobody gonna love you more than you love yourself. Sorry. Oh yeah, people can feel pity for you, but that has to be in something they can see in a tragic situation. It can't be something that they can be guilty of. That's just human nature itself. Who are the people who you know will really volunteer and tell you how wrong they are? Raise your hand to your own hand and tell me how many people you don't ran into that like that in life. I don't care what color. That go spend a great amount of time in telling you how wrong they are. That's pretty much human nature. Even though you're wrong, you don't want nobody to tell you you're wrong. You can tell yourself, but you get a little salty if somebody else tell you that. Nobody likes to be told they're wrong. Yeah, we'll submit and we'll give up and we'll say, yeah, I'm sorry, I apologize, I was wrong. But after you do that, you don't want to hear nobody else telling you how wrong you are. So that's where these other people can't get around. Because every time they open their mouth saying, we build the greatest nation on this planet. Okay, well, when it become we, that's what I want to know. When it become we. Now, if somebody told me right now, especially one of them smart ass brothers who like to spew and kick around on how smart they are, you tell me right now where this would work. Is any of you smart brothers or sisters? Don't have to just be brothers. Tell me where this will work at. You got Kentucky Fried Chicken on one side of the street, and you got Church's Chicken on the other side of the street. Now, Kentucky Fried Chicken don't have to pay their employees. Churches across the street not only have to pay their employees, but they have to sell their chicken twice as cheap as Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, who you think got the advantage? Think about this. Now, it's going to be easy for Kentucky Fried Chicken to run Church's Chicken out of business. You say, not so fast. Okay, you can say that all you want to. Let me tell you how this works. Church's Chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken, they don't have to pay none of their employees. Not the people who bring the chicken there, not the people that they buy the chicken from, nobody. Only thing they have to do is make chicken and sell it. Church's Chicken got to pay their employees, they got to pay insurance, they got to pay, what they call it, unemployment insurance. They got to do all that. They got to pay their light bill, everything. Oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken over here, just across the street, don't have to do none of that. So guess what happens? Old Kentucky Fried Chicken get to sell a 3-piece for $1.29. Now Church's Chicken, they want to sell theirs for $1.29, but they can't. The reason why is they paying for everything. So if they sold it for $1.29 each month, they be withdrawing money from their account because they ain't making no more money. But over here in Kentucky Fried Chicken, they shouting all the way down to Wall Street, all the banks, because every dollar you spend with them, they ain't got no overhead. It's going into a safe deposit box. Well, black people, you don't really understand that story. That's exactly what happened to us. That's why this is the greatest country that the world have ever seen. That's why Europe, within itself, without black people, ain't been able to duplicate it. Germany don't look like America. London don't look like America. France, Paris, none of them. Ain't none of them places. Think of any other European nation out there that flourished like America. No. So even as strong as Russia is, look at Russia cars. Look at all that stuff they got. Some of that stuff look like it's out of the '60s. Even though we live in a modern world, the only thing they have modern over there, they spend a lot of money for military and science. But everything else can be real slow. So because they didn't have all the many years of free labor to build a nest egg like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Y'all forgot about that, didn't you? But don't forget about that. So sometimes when people are talking about that, they ain't complaining. They just telling you the way it is. If I was talking about a football game and I was talking about the good stuff they did and the bad things they did, I'm just telling you how I looked at the game. I ain't complaining. Shouldn't you be able to talk about everything that happened in the game? I understand you want to start where it makes white people comfortable. You want to start in 2018 like nothing happened before. I understand that. Because you're on your way. You're on your way to the top. But you forgot one thing. He on his way down. Where the hell you think you going? Because he don't have no more free labor. Only thing to make this country work right now is they got us in about like a 32% tax bracket all over this country. Human beings just decide not to go to work tomorrow morning. It's gonna be some hell to pay. So just think about some things. Stop being so selfish and think about the future. They're gonna make your children be different. Can't just keep telling our children it's education and work hard. If that was the case, shit. Every slave should have been a billionaire. Every slave should have been every person that was enslaved should have been an Oprah. Ain't nobody worked no harder than them people did. So y'all keep on punching them lies across the table, fooling people. The OG gonna be somewhere in Africa, looking at you, praying for you. When I say prayer, I mean meditation. I don't mean nobody structured spirituality. But the greatest of us this planet haven't seen yet. And if y'all looking for a leader over here, forget it. They all bit by the same dog. We can talk a good game. We still bit by the same dog. It's like being in a damn drug house, sitting there talking to the person who's sitting there with a master's degree and associate degree in this and associate degree in that, master bastard, got all of them. But he's sitting there shooting up heroin in his hand and his arm, and his buddy right beside him snorting cocaine. That's what I'm saying is we all bit by the same dog. If they don't get you one way, they get you another way. Only way a man can get you, you just got to be free. Nobody gets a free man or a free woman. You have a relationship with them, business, social, sexual, but you don't get to get nobody. It's a mutual experience. That's what we ain't experienced over here. We haven't. Oh yeah, we have our good days. Shit, but the people who was a slave had the good days on holidays and Sundays. They get to go to church, and unless they got some crops out there that need to be picked, then them slave masters didn't even slow down for God. Like, look, God, we're gonna have to put your ass on hold. We need to get this stuff out of this field, and our slaves don't need to be singing and slobbering and shouting in the dirt when we got stuff that need to be picked out of the dirt. So they'll push God to the side. I believe that's why black churches have a lot of building funds. You'll go to a black church and it seems like every one of them is building something. Reason why? Because back in the days, and when there was slavery, they did all their sermons outside in that hot ass sun. So these new modern churches, they're gonna make sure they got uh, something over your head other than that hot sun. And if you go to one of your churches and they got a teller machine there, ATM, whatever you want to call it, and they ain't got no air conditioning in the building, leave that church. Just leave it. Before any church preacher put a ATM in your church, you better make sure the people who's coming to your church can be comfortable. You gotta get them up in there in a sweat box. Then you got a big old fine ATM machine in the front. No, I ain't working real. Ain't working preach. But anyway, I know I'm jumping around a lot of different places. I just wanted to talk a little bit. And I think I had some stuff left over from that first video I did. But I did that so long ago. But it is people. If we want to change our life, only thing we have to do is change our mind. It usually follows. And if you don't learn anything from anything that happened tonight, please learn this lesson. We don't need permission from any damn race to be ourselves. And if that's all you learn, then it's cool. Because that's the way it is. You gotta stop acting as if you don't know what's going on around you. You know that dude is looking at you strange. And he ain't looking at you strange because he's trying to get with you. He's looking at you strange because like you well trained boy, but you ain't gonna take my position. They'll tell you to train me and then fire you. See, when you go in the office and you have that type of confidence, just because your skin color is different, then you can't win in that situation, brother. You ain't gonna win in that situation. Oh yeah, you will get to the top. Hell, there's some brothers out here right now in the black YouTube. Could be a grand dragon. Could easily join the Ku Klux Klan. The way they speak, the way they talk about people, everything could easily be in the Ku Klux Klan. But the thing about it, The Klan is so racist. Listen to this. They ain't got no power, but this how racist the Klan is. The Klan is so racist. Even if you went to them and told you was gonna kill 25 black people, just due to your skin color, they ain't gonna let you in. They just not. And they ain't gonna kill no 25 black people. Half of them scared, got one teeth in their mouth. They ain't got no power to move you. It's these people who keep coming to your churches, kissing your babies and shaking your hand and selling your ass a pipe dream every 4 years. And they don't like the Klan neither. If you go fool some people, this is how they do it in government, people. They make you go out there and work your ass off, take your money from you. You never even get to see it. You can't even, matter of fact, you even tell them what to take and not to take. They take your money before you see it. Now I call that robbery. How in the hell you gonna touch my money before I see it? I work for it. But see, that's where you work at. But then you don't make an excuse for it. You paying your taxes. But listen to this. Maybe you ain't never thought about it. There's a certain group of people out there, and they call themselves politicians. They polish, but there ain't no tissue anywhere other than your ass crying. This game they don't play it on your ass. Check this out. There's a group of people that came up and said, if we convince the people to work, we can go into this kind of organization and not do really any work, and we can get these people to pay us. And that's exactly what they do. They don't get that much done. You can look at the record for the last 16 to 20 years, they don't get that much done. Only thing they need to get in there is jockey for a position. Speaker of the House one year, Democrats. Speaker of the House next year, the Republicans. They move a little sand around here, a little dirt around here, but they ain't. Come on now. The people are working. Their whole work is based on a damn document. It's damn near over how many hundreds of years that damn document, the Constitution? You mean we don't have no greater minds that come in to do anything better than that? And most of the people who drafted this thing, they were still slave owners. So what is your part in this? So don't tell me how smart people are. They're still working on a damn document that's over 200 years old. And nobody else can come up and draft anything better. So that's what you're dealing with, people. Now, you can choose to stay here, but don't mean you won't have to talk to me because I'm moving away. Shit, you might want to come out and vacate. Not just with me, I'm talking about other people. Younger people leave and they give their mom and get them off that damn boat. That's what I don't do. Let me just be honest with you. Uh, OG don't be getting on no ships. I seen the history of us on ships. Doesn't sound too pleasing. Now, I know some of you going on vacation, but when you have all these ships with contaminated food, can't get stuck. Oh man, when you start hearing all that, you were like, okay. So I ain't getting on no ship. I ain't saying I would never, but it ain't one of my tastes of teas. So when I get over there, I still go be conversating with you. You come and say to me, I see some opportunity that I can help somebody over here. Boom. You see some opportunity that you can send me something. When I say send me something, I mean I'm paying for it. Only thing I need your ass to do is go to the store or the warehouse and pick it up. And you say, well, why you go do that, JSP? Because you can just order the shit off the internet. Yeah, I can. But if I'm trying to build the economy of the communities and wherever I might be, the people I'm communicate with, I'm gonna give them the vast more opportunity as I can give them, so they can come up. That's what everybody else do. Boy Scouts don't sell Girl Scout cookies. They just don't. Reason why, they know that's the Girl Scout job. Our job is to build our community. Forget about what we don't have in common. Shit, think about the shit we do have in common. I guarantee you, I don't care how light you is and how dark you is, you can find a bunch of shit that you have in common just being black. Now we don't got a bunch of Larry Elders in the black YouTube who's gonna use the terms of we like to be victims. No, well, I really don't know nobody who like to be a victim. You take it worse as black people that you say is bad. Ask them if they walked up to the teller, just pulled out $1,000 out of the bank. Somebody come behind them and rob them. Is that gonna make them feel cool? Is that gonna make them say, "Damn, uh, that's just part of being in the hood, or that's just part of life. You just get robbed"? No, you ain't gonna have no good taste in your mouth when you a victim. So ain't nobody volunteer for that damn job. Shit, I don't know nobody who's volunteered for it. It's just shit happens. Oh yeah, shit do happen about your choices. Come on, man, you stop playing dumb with people. Everybody know they have choices. And one of these days, I'm gonna get into this African selling Africans. I'm gonna give you an underneath story that you didn't know, or if you did know, you want to act like as if you didn't know. I don't want to hear a bunch of shit about what a person did when he's under duress. If I got a gun pointed to your head and say, either I'm gonna take your kids or you gonna go out there and get some other kids. He ain't by the time he get the last word out, you already done gone and brought 2 kids back from somewhere else. Because you ain't trying to give up your kids, and that's what a lot of that was, but they want to call that you sold it. Well, like, okay. It's almost like taking a woman and throwing her in a room and in a dungeon, take her clothes off, put a gun to the head, and then tell her, you wanted to have sex with me. No, even if I didn't want to have sex with you with a gun to my head, pretty much on now. You know. So how you gonna change the narrative? You gonna make the perpetrator of the crime the hero, then you gonna talk about the victim like he's victimizing himself. Now he's getting raped by 2 different people. Getting damn mind raped and physical raped. Y'all ought to stop. Y'all know that shit ain't right. Serious, y'all should just stop. Y'all know that shit ain't right. I think some people just get on black YouTube just to say some bullshit just because they want to argue with somebody, not because they even believe it. I think a lot of them damn brothers calling him on Obama phones, trying to act like they all high and mighty. Motherfucker, you okay? See what happens when your goddamn phone, you don't overused it. Don't hear from you for about 3 weeks. What the hell happened? When you wait till your Obama phone get loaded up again. We got a lot of that. And people, we do have a lot of people who come into these black spaces and they're having some psychological issues. That's why you can't really get into the messy stuff because you don't know who's messy. I mean, there's obvious ones you know is into them. They're deeply medicated. You know them. They don't. A lot of them don't mind putting themselves on the screen. It's them ones that's trying to hide it, trying to live behind falsehood, making you think one thing when it's something else. Going in back chats and doing all kinds of dirty talking about people. Ain't man or woman enough to go into their face and say what they need to say and keep on moving. To go in these back chats, trying to pit one against the other. Come on, I ain't falling for that. Even with all this other stuff going on, and I'm not mentioning no names tonight, I'm just saying, talking about what we're doing as a people. Everybody trying to prove something that they was doing, that somebody did them wrong, but then they was wrong too. So if you wrong, and the person you dealing with was wrong, what do you really want the outcome to be? Y'all want to expose each other for the wrong that y'all was doing? Man, that's silly. Why don't you just leave it alone, go and straighten out your life, and keep moving? You some way somewhere, 3,000, 4,000 miles away, and y'all fighting like neighbors. That somebody just throw some trash in your yard, your next door neighbor. Y'all so far away from each other that you can't even really hear what the other person is saying. Y'all leave that alone. Everybody gonna have a little beef every once in a while. I understand that. But to actually turn it into a reality show, that's a waste of time. Serious, just a damn waste of time. So we don't start henpecking. Don't get me wrong, I had my run-ins with people. Then brothers did pull me to the side and talk to me, and I guess they talked to the other person, and it became cool. But it could get out of hand on either side. But now y'all going through these things, and y'all trying to turn it into a reality show, and you're getting all personal. And come on, what is the end game? Where's the end game? What did that build at? Tearing each other down. Where did that build the black community? Oh, I got some on you. Oh, I got some on you. Oh, I got some on you. I'm gonna tell you, my brother. I need to tell you something. I don't understand the black people in America. The African Americans don't act like the Africans in the land. I don't worry about this. I don't want. Oh, come on, man. What y'all doing? You can't complain about someone else doing something wrong if you was wrong in the same thing. You can't. I don't care when you know it, how long you didn't know it from the beginning, but once you did know it, you still went with it. Y'all got to stop that. Lick your wounds, keep on moving. Stop making an ass out of yourself. women and men. What's all this pretending? Trying to be something you're not. Everybody knew I came to Hollywood to get into act. Well, where I come to do comedy. I tell everybody how I got started. Started off doing extra work. Probably won the marquee extra. I probably could have won a SAG award for the extra of the year. I was willing to put in the work. And so I don't care where I start at, where I end at. Because my mission was always bigger than Hollywood. Hollywood is where adults get to go to work and live in a make believe world. So bad that they rehearse for it and they get paid big money for it. Because they know sooner or later they're going to put it on big screen and they're going to have your attention for 2.5 hours to put any kind of messages they need to put in your head just by somebody else creating it. And in any event, our life is so goddamn good that we can sit down and spend 3 and 4 hours looking at somebody else's make-believe world. And y'all call this civilized? That we spend so much time in make-believe world? They treating us like kids. Y'all can call it new technology, badminton, or whatever you want to say. It's a bunch of fantasy world. Did you take your hard spent money and take somebody to a movies and you spend $100, sometimes $60 to go sit down and look at a make believe world, and you ain't get to know anything about the girl or the guy you with? Serious, the girl don't know anything about the guy don't know anything about the girl. Only thing they know is either they liked the movie or didn't like the movie. But that's what's fantasy world, and then they have a discussion about it when it's all over. Because don't get me wrong, I don't did this. I'm not speaking of this like I'm unapproachable on this issue. I came up that way. And then you wonder why you in a relationship 7 months down the line and you asking yourself question, why did he change? No, he really didn't change. Y'all just wasn't doing a damn thing. You was taking up a lot of good time in empty spaces, gravitating towards something that wasn't important. How nice the restaurant was. What movie he took me to. What concert he took me to. You're focusing on the wrong things. Ain't none of them things that you are focusing on can go to your house and live with you. Go be in the hospital. Yeah, you went to a Boys and Men's concert. But ain't nobody from Boys and Men's coming in the hospital waiting on you but that old dusty, raggedy Negro you got. He is. He's up in the room weeping and crying, hoping you get well because he know he can't do this shit by himself. We're focusing on the wrong thing, people. We don't surpass keeping up with the Joneses. We don't got into a certain space in our mind. We are surpassing the Joneses. We're crushing the Joneses. Damn that keeping up with them now. We gonna crush them because we got all these opportunities. Got all these damn opportunities to do nothing. There's some brothers right here locked up. Nobody even talking about them. Probably don't even know them in the community. 4 of them coming with the greatest invention when it came down to technology. The government couldn't buy it from them, so they locked them up. I'm not even gonna tell y'all about the case because I know you don't know about it. It happened about 5 years ago. 4 maybe at best. So motivate yourself. If you gonna be a survivor, be the best survivor you can be in this captured land. Don't second guess yourself on anything. Be the best one you could be. Rise to the top. Make it easy for yourself. But if you go be a person who's trying to exit, do the same thing. Dream big. Do what you need to do. I don't think really I can say anything else. I didn't mean to be on this subject. I guess it's just something that I wanted to say why I really wanted to get out of black YouTube, and I don't want to deal with that crowd. Really, I really don't. I want more of a family type. I want you to be able to come over here and relieve yourself. But you ain't got to be all uptight, worried about somebody cussing you out and all that kind of stuff. Come over here and let's teach each other, and educate each other, and then entertain each other while we're doing it in the most highly respectable way. Then when you want to go over to one of them black YouTube channels and look at a science fiction movie or I'm gonna say science fiction content, then go on and get your little dose and come on back. But please do me a favor. Leave that bullshit over there where you at when you do come back. Please do that. I appreciate you. I think I'm gonna start playing one of my brothers, a little snippet of him every week. He's one of them great motivators, Les Brown. And don't believe he's not useful in our community because he is. You ever get a chance? You never read the book Thinking and Growing Rich? That's another good book. Napoleon Hill. I mean, that'll get you started. You might just go ahead and kickstart your DNA. But everything you need, you ain't got to pick up the first book. It's inside of it. Just a lot of us can't tune into it. But that's okay. That's why I say grab your sister's hand. Find somebody to lean on. Because it do work. I think I'm going a little overboard, but it's okay. I like it like that sometimes. You know. Everybody keep on wondering why I want my channel to always stay on 100 subscribers. Because I think when you get too big, it's just like everything else. You lose focus. You get more into the entertainment aspect of versus the serious content. I'm not saying we shouldn't be entertained, but I'm just saying sometimes high volume places. Some people might think this, but think about this. Some people think you work harder as a comedian when you have a little people in the room versus when you have a lot of people in the room. I would totally have to disagree with that. If you ain't no damn good, you just ain't no damn good. I don't give a damn. You had 5 people in there, you had 1,000 people in there. You ain't gonna get no laugh. When I first started off and I was doing open mic night, shit, sometimes wouldn't be no more than about 5 people in the whole damn place. But then you got to go up there and act like as if it's full because you're working on your material. And so when you do get them 1,000 people, if you made 3 of them 5 laugh, you know you gonna be rolling on that show. So stop looking at the numbers sometimes. Shit. Sometimes it ain't about the numbers. Sometimes it's just about that one person supposed to get a certain piece of information who's gonna pass it on to someone else who's supposed to get a certain piece of information and he pass it on to someone else and you never know where it stops at, who ear it lands on, who do have the power at that time to make changes. I was listening to a show the other night and it seemed like the guys was being a little critical on the brother because his numbers was not in the thousands or the hundreds. His numbers was kind of like in the tens and 15. But don't forget that it could happen that way. It could be just only one that you need to echo something that you put into that person's brain who relates it to someone else. And it moves like the wind when it's not blowing hard, but every once in a while you can hear it, but you can't see it. It makes a whisper out your ear like that. And it's just gone. I guess what I am saying is whatever you choose to be in life, choose to be in the United States, outside of the United States, wherever you choose to go, you don't need nobody's permission to be yourself. And if you do think you need somebody's permission, you already know you ain't free. Now, let me see how many people can answer that question. Are you free? Can't be free. You need permission. Last thing, I'm gonna let you go. You stop at a red light, and the red light been red for the last 4 minutes, and you just sit there. And then you look to your left and you see a little small straggly dog walking down the sidewalk, and he crosses the street where you at the red light at. He makes it across there safely. Looks back at you and shake his head. That'd be some funny shit. But that's how a lot of animals are looking at human beings now. Like, don't he know how much time he taking off his life by sitting at that damn light when no cars is coming in either direction? But you so on automatic, even when the person is not around, you still willing to follow his laws, even when they don't make no sense. And anybody know when you come to a red light and it's staying red too long, you can treat it as a stop sign. And if you get a ticket, that's all you have to do is tell the jurors, I treat it as a stop sign because it wasn't functioning correctly. People give you a ticket for not stopping at the stop sign. They don't give you a ticket for waiting at the stop sign. All right. I guess that's been enough. So I'm gonna hold y'all on. Thanks for coming in. Let me see, I ain't put on no music tonight. You know what? I'm gonna make this different. I'm not gonna put on any music. I'm just gonna sign off the way I'm at. Where I'm at. But I hope y'all enjoyed. You think somebody should hear it? Please let them know. Please let them know it. Just because they hear some of my stuff, they don't have to subscribe. Just listen to my stuff. I don't force anybody to subscribe. I don't look for subscriptions like that. But if you enjoy it, pass it, please. I know it's long-winded, and I throw some curveballs in there, but it's okay. It's 11 o'clock, 12, 1 at some people, and it's 3 o'clock in the East Coast. So everybody have a safe tomorrow. Enjoy yourself. Go out, do something for yourself. And we gonna make it. That's just my approach to things. And I'm pretty sure there's genius out there who just have just as good as approach as I have. And it might be a puzzle that you happy with. So all right. This is SPWD Speed bringing it to you all the way live. 95 degrees in the shade. And as I say, and always say, peace, love, and always strive for the truth. Have a great Sunday.